Athena. She was not born like the other gods. No cradle, no childhood, no quiet beginning on Olympus. Athena came into the world in a flash of divine violence, fully grown, fully armed, and already destined to become one of the most powerful goddesses in all of Greek mythology. She was the goddess of wisdom, strategy, crafts, and civilization itself. Not the blind rage of war, but the intelligence behind victory. Not chaos, but order. Not brute force, but the disciplined mind. And across the Greek world, Athena was honored not only as a warrior, but as a protector, a teacher, and a guide. This is the story of Athena, the brilliant daughter of Zeus, guardian of cities, patron of heroes, and one of the most revered deities of the ancient world. Before Athena was born, there was a prophecy. Zeus, king of the gods, had taken as his wife Metis, the goddess of wisdom and clever counsel. But Zeus learned a terrifying secret. Metis would bear 2 children. First, a daughter, Athena. Then, a son of extraordinary strength and intelligence, a son destined to overthrow Zeus himself. And Zeus knew all too well what that meant. He had overthrown his own father, Cronus. Now he feared the same fate. So, to escape the prophecy, Zeus did something shocking. He deceived Metis with gentle words and swallowed her before the child could be born. He thought he had defeated fate, but fate is not so easily silenced. Some time later, Zeus was struck by a terrible pain in his head, a pounding, unbearable agony, as though something powerful was trying to break free from within him. The pain grew so fierce that he called for Hephaestus, the divine smith, and ordered him to split open his skull. Hephaestus obeyed. With one mighty blow of his axe, he cracked open the head of the thunder god, and from it sprang Athena. Not as an infant, not helpless, not unfinished. She emerged fully grown, clad in shining armor, wearing a gleaming helmet, carrying spear and shield. Her cry rang across the heavens like a battle shout, and all Olympus trembled. The gods stared in awe. Before them stood Athena Pallas, radiant, powerful, and terrifying in her majesty. Her eyes shone with divine intelligence. Her beauty was not soft or fragile. It was the beauty of strength, command, and perfect self-control. She had been born from the head of Zeus himself, from power, from thought, and from divine wisdom. And from that moment on, Athena would be honored as goddess of wisdom, knowledge, strategy, and righteous war. Athena was unlike the other Olympians. She was a warrior, yes, but not one who delighted in slaughter. That belonged more to Ares, god of violent and senseless war. Athena stood for something different. She represented disciplined battle, strategy, foresight, calm judgment in the middle of chaos. She was the kind of power that thinks before it strikes. But Athena was far more than a goddess of war. She was also the guardian of cities, especially those built on law, order, and human skill. She protected walls, fortresses, and citadels. She watched over the places where civilization could flourish. She gave wisdom to rulers, counsel to heroes, and skill to craftsmen. The Greeks believed she taught people many useful arts, especially weaving, spinning, and fine handiwork. Young women honored her as a teacher of craft, while kings and warriors prayed for her guidance in times of danger. Athena was not only worshipped, she was respected, because her gifts touched every part of life: war, knowledge, craft, government, and survival. Of all the cities that honored her, none loved Athena more than Athens. According to myth, Athena and Poseidon once competed for the right to become the divine protector of Attica. The gods would judge which gift was greater. Poseidon struck the rock with his trident, and from it burst a spring of water, powerful and dramatic, a sign of strength and dominion. Then Athena stepped forward. She touched the earth with her spear, and from the ground grew an olive tree. It was a quieter gift, but a wiser one. The olive tree gave food, oil, wood, light, trade, and peace. It was not simply a symbol of life, it was a symbol of civilization. And so the gods declared Athena the victor. The city took her name and became Athens. From that day on, she was its sacred guardian. High above the city, on the Acropolis, her presence watched over Athens in temples, statues, and ritual memory. She became the soul of the city itself, its wisdom, its pride, and its protection. And the Athenians honored her with one of the greatest festivals in the Greek world, the Panathenaian, the Panathenaian festival. This was a grand celebration held in honor of Athena, especially as protector of the city. It included public processions, sacrifices, athletic contests, musical performances, and competitions that brought the people of Athens together in devotion to their goddess. One of the most sacred offerings was a richly woven peplos, a ceremonial robe presented to Athena's statue. Even here, weaving, one of her own sacred arts, became part of worship. To celebrate Athena was to celebrate wisdom, discipline, beauty, and the life of the city itself. Athena also appears again and again as the helper of heroes. She guides Perseus, she supports Heracles, and she stands beside Odysseus with tireless intelligence. That is what made Athena different from many other gods. She did not simply grant victory, she taught mortals how to earn it. She gave clarity in confusion, courage in danger, and reason in moments when fear might have destroyed everything. To have Athena's favor was not to be handed success, it was to be given the wisdom to reach it. In a world of storms, Athena was the steady mind. And that may be why her image still endures, helmeted, watchful, and impossible to ignore. The daughter born from the head of Zeus, the guardian of Athens, the goddess of wisdom, Athena.